Welcome to practice number 11. In this practice, we will model the sliding rail, which will later be used in our assembly. The modeling part is going to be easy and fast. The focus is going to be more on the technical drawing. The idea is to get you familiar with making clear technical drawings. So we will make this exact same drawing, and I will show you how to add the whole information in this way. Also, I will show you how to override the dimensions, and I will be speaking about adding the isometric view in this way without causing any problems. Also, if you look at this drawing, you can see clearly that I have a section view in here and I have the side view in here. Now, uh, both of these are not needed. Only the other one is needed. So either you show this one or you show the side view. Because this design is pretty simple, I wouldn't probably have a section view in here. I find it unnecessary. This side view is enough. But for practicing purposes, we are going to add both of these. In here, you can see we have a plate, which is 6 millimeters. Now, when you have a dimension 6 or 9, always to distinguish them from each other, add behind the 6 or behind the 9 a dot. Now I don't have the dot, I forgot it, but always add a small dot in here to separate the 6 from the 9 to avoid mistakes. Also in here, you can see I have the 3D image and I have the isometric view, the normal isometric view. The 3D image is nice, but you have to also think about the customer. Is he going to print the paper? Is he going to view it from the tablet only? You have to think about these things because printing the 3D image is not going to be efficient. I think customers would rather print this normal isometric view. So you have to. These are things that you have to think about. But we will add also both of these for practicing purposes. Now let's go to Freecad. Empty file, create body, create sketch, choose the plane. From the drawing we can see 6, 20, 144. Center a rectangle, click on the middle, 144, 20. Right click, exit the tool, fully constrained, close it. Pad it from here, 6 millimeters, press OK. We are here. Let's go back to the drawing. We can see we have two holes, countersink holes, 6.5 millimeters through. Let's make this. And you can see the dimension from the center, 35, 35. Click on here, create a sketch, circle tool, first circle, second circle, right click, exit the tool, D from the keyboard for dimension. Let's make this 6.5. Right click, exit. Also, let's make them same size. From here, choose them both like this and constrain equal. Now they are both same size. Let's make the dimensions symmetric to the center line. Click on the dot, click on the line, click on the dot, constrain symmetric. And as you can see, they are now symmetric. The dimension, click on this line, click on the dot, D from the keyboard, and we said 35. Right click, exit the tool, close it. Now we are here. We cannot use the normal, we have a screw. If you look at our screw, this is our screw, which we will later also model for our assembly. But now this is our screw, and you can see now the angle is 90, which means it's ISO standard. So it's okay. The angle wise, it's okay. The problem that we have is this. In here, we have 6.5 through. And because we have 6.5, if I try to use the normal hole tool, click on here, let's make isometric, and from here, let's change this to 6. Now it's 6, M6. The clearance, the diameter that's in here, the clearance comes from here, is is assigned by this. So if I put clearance, if I put close, it's going to be 6.4. If I put wide, 7. No standard, 6.6. I cannot modify this into 6.5. If you know a way to modify this into 6.5, tell me, but I don't know any way to modify this into 6.5. And that's why we will not be able to use this tool in here, because even though I can get the countersink diameter into 13, this clearance is going to be different. It's going to be decided by this. And that's why I will not be able to use the hole tool. So close this. And what we will do is we will model the countersink holes. Click on the sketch, pocket, and through all, press OK. We have our holes. Then choose the circle, choose this other one. I'll move it to the center and chamfer 3.25 to get the 13 diameter. And we said the angle in here, it says 90, which means that this is 90. So 180 minus 90 divided by 2, this is going to be 45. And this is how it's going to look. I explained why this is 3.25 in the previous video. Go watch it and press OK. Equal distance means that the angle is 45, 45. Press OK. Now we are in here. We have modeled our part. We have our C-sink holes. Everything is OK. Let's go to the tech draw. First thing, before we go to the tech draw, click on here, F2 from the keyboard and write sliding rail. Sliding rail. This is our part. Now let's go to the tech draw. From here, tech draw, we are in the tech draw workbench. Add a template from here. I have my own template in here. Press OK. This is my template A4. Add the model to the paper. From here, insert view. Let's add the side view and the top view. We have both of these views. We can modify the scale if we wanted. Let's make a custom. Let's make it 1.33. This is our scale. Okay. Now if I added the isometric view from here, now let's say I pressed OK, I would have the isometric view. I cannot modify the scale of this isometric view. It's impossible to modify it. See, this is the scale. If I try to do anything, I cannot do anything because this scale is connected to this main drawing. So in order to modify this, I would have to modify these other parts scale also. And I don't want to do that. I want this to be 1.33. So we will delete this because we don't want it now. The scale is wrong. We will add it in a different way. That's the first thing. Then in here, if you look at my drawing, I have these hard hidden lines, which are good to be visible. It's good for them to be visible. How to make the hard hidden lines visible? Click on here, hard hidden, true, and refresh. They are now visible. Then we wanted our section view. Click on here on the view, top view. Then we have this tool in here. Click on it and click on this live update. Okay. Now we have our section view. Double click on the section. Sorry. Let's go back to the section view. This is our section view. Double click on it. Let's add an identifier. So click on live update and add A. Press OK. We have now a identifier. We are here. Then let's add the dimensions. D from the keyboard, from the dot to the center, 10, from here to the center, 10. This is 20. Adding dimensions in Freecad is pretty fast and simple, but this is a good practice. Always practice making the text draw. There are many tutorials on YouTube on how to model, but there are not many tutorials on how to make the text draw. And the text draw is a very important part. Now we are in here. Let's turn on off the frames. Let's say I don't want these lines to be in here. Hold Control, choose all of these. From the view, we have gap factor. Let's try make it 180, for example. 180 was too much. 120, again, too much. Let's put 90. 90 seems to be good. Same thing, I don't like the line to go up all the way to there. So hold Control. Let's make the gap factor again. Let's make it 300, not enough. 350, 340, 30, 320 should be good. Now these are little things that make your drawing much clearer. Now if I wanted to overwrite this, how do you overwrite it? You can do it like this, choose them both in here, and then we have the view, and we have arbitrary, should make it true, and now in here just make the equal signs. Put the equal sign, and we modified it. There is another way, I will show it now. In these circles, let's add circle center lines. Choose the circle, choose the other circle, and circle center lines like this from here. Then let's modify the thickness. I don't like them to be thick. Choose them all, and from here, change appearance of lines. Click on here, let's make them a little bit thinner. Press OK, and we are here. Then the whole dimension, this dimension in here. How do we add the information in this mode? D from the keyboard, click on here. We have 30. Click on here and view, make it ISO referencing. It changed to this. Change this to minimal. It changed to that mode. Now I can modify, overwrite this in the same method that I used in here, but because this is the first time that you are going to do this, let's practice this way. Double click on here, change it from here. Click on here and see what happened. Now this is the visible text. Make it 13 times 90 degree. Alt code is Alt 0176, I think. Yes, it was. And C sync space on, let's put space in here. And we have it like this. Very simple. How to add the 6.5 through diameter text. D from the keyboard for dimension. Click on the hole. Click on here anywhere. And now click on this dimension. From here, choose none and move it to here. Double click, arbitrary, 6.5 and through. Now to separate, as you can see now the text, these texts are same size with this. The font is the same, 2.5, 2.5 millimeters. To separate them, to distinguish them, maybe to give the drawing a little bit, to make it a little bit more clearer, let's make these a little bit bigger, these text parts. Let's make them 2.8, for example. Double click on here, and from here, let's make it 2.8. And like this. Also, let's add this text in here. We have this AA text. Let's add it. How to add the AA text? Let's make the frames on. Click on the section, the view. And from here, we have this balloon tool. Click on it. Click on the drawing anywhere. And now double click on this balloon. A, A. And let's make this false. There seems to be an error. If you encounter an error like this, just try it again. Double click, false. Now it seems to be working. Align A, AA, and let's make it again a little bit bigger than the rest other fonts. 2.5 I think is good. Now we can move this to here, and we are in here. We have almost everything. The only thing that's missing right now from our drawing is the isometric and the 3D. The 3D image. Let's put these in here. Let's add the isometric and the 3D. So how to add the 3D? Go to the model first and zoom in. I explained this part briefly in the other parts in the previous part. So zoom in back to the page. We have this camera in here. Click on it. Press OK, and we have our 3D. Put the frames on. We have our 3D image. Now, how to add the isometric view? We saw that when we tried to add the isometric view the normal way, we had problem because we could not scale it. So how do we add it in the normal way? Click on the part, then insert view again. And as you can see, it immediately gives me the side view. Now I don't want this side view. It immediately gives me the side view. And of course I could press from here and get the isometric view in this way. Let's put the frames on so that we are able to move these properly. I could basically put this part over there and put this part in here, and I would be fine. But this is the wrong way to do it. The proper way is double click on this project group, this one. Let's take this off, and we have this. This is our main view. Change for now it's on this. Change it to the camera. See what happens? Now it's on the camera. And now I have my isometric view in here. And from here, you can change the scale also as you like. If you wanted, let's say we want it, let's say 80%. Let's put like this. And we are good. This is our practice number 11. Now, one thing also I would like to speak about. We can overwrite in text. I could have done these holes using the normal method, making using the hole tool and making the diameter 6.4, for example, and then writing in here 6.5. But always when you are making technical drawings, when you are modeling, always model them correctly. Make them always same size, because if I did this, if I modeled it 6.4 and I overwrite in here 6.5, when it's going to be manufactured, I'm going to send a DXF file or a DVG file. And this DXF file is going to, this part is going to be cut in accordance to the DXF file that I sent. And in the DXF file, the diameter is going to be 6.4. So it's going to be wrong, and you will have a problem. It happened once. In my workplace, where the diameter was drawn as 18 and it was written in here 22, and that created a big problem. The part was very expensive. So to avoid these kinds of mistakes, always model them correctly. If it's 6.5, model it 6.5. And thanks for watching.